Ninjas, Strident here, with yet another review. And I'm back on the Marvel bandwagon because I'm picking up Christmas gifts, and this was one that I wanted for myself that I think my son will enjoy too. So I'm bringing to you Captain America's other homeboy, the mighty Thor, based on his movie appearance by Hasbro. I love this figure. There is one thing that I do not like about the figure, and I'm going to get to that probably towards the end. But first off, I heard people complain about uh, the likeness and the helmet and blah blah blah. I love it. The helmet looks the part. It's not too shiny because the one in the movie is really really shiny. This one kind of mimics the metal that was painted on the figure. And it works. I mean, nowhere else on his body does he have a super shiny, metal. It works. I don't know what people were complaining about. I love it. It's fine. Um, and from a design standpoint, it works better with the shades of gray that you have on the actual figure. Um, the likeness is dead on Chris Hemsworth, which is awesome. Um, I love his stature because he stands a lot taller than the other movie figures. Even Iron Man, even War Machine. I dig that. Um, I also like the fact that I hate most plastic capes, but this cape, for some odd reason, not only does it help the figure stand up, but it just looks perfect. I'm gonna have a hard time replicating that with cloth, but I have an idea how. Like I said, the helmet looks good from everywhere. I kind of wish they sculpted his hair more to one side so that you could get a full crazy head tilt backwards, but whatever, it's not bad. Um, Mjolnir is awesome looking. They did a good job getting all the little details. Someone bitched about the handle not being painted. If you pay close enough attention, you can see that the handle is painted because all of the entire hammer is cast in the same gray, plastic as the helmet, and probably his head. So I don't know what the dude was talking about, but a lot of these, like I said, a lot of these reviews on YouTube, they've been slacking. I dig the fact that all the details from the movie are there, including the wrapped hand that he usually would wield Mjolnir in, which is pretty slick. Um, I like the fact also that his expression, it's not too much of anything, it's just determined, and that's it. A lot of times you get these American figures that are sculpted with expressions that it's like, what the hell were you thinking? You know? Um, some sculptors, like the Four Horsemen, they get off a multitude of expressions, but a lot of the others, the lesser known sculptors, like the people sculpting G.I. Joes, like the people sculpting, I don't know, some of the other more well-known figures, it's like, what are you guys doing? And they didn't do that here. Um, in the movie, I didn't really get a chance to see all the little details going on this figure as far as his armor goes. But on the toy, everything is captured perfectly. I mean, I looked at some concept art, and they nailed it. Um, the wrapped boots, where they're like boots that turn into wrapping over armor with the bits of red showing through the back. I didn't even notice that in the movie, but it's there. I saw it in a couple posters, and then I see it on this figure, and I saw it in the concept art, and they did a good job recapturing that. The cape is lopsided, so when you're standing him up, you'll notice that it'll tilt him over to, I want to say, the left side more. But you can kind of position his legs so you don't have to deal with that. Um, the gauntlets, I love how they did the gauntlets. I love how everywhere there's those little bits of red popping through. It just looks cool. I love the sculpt in general. Little things like striations in his hands where his muscles are, and veins that are gently popping through his skin. That's just cool because it's just tiny details that help drive home, you know, the it gives life to the character in toy form. He's just a badass figure. He's just ready. But like I said, here are the things that kind of hold him back from being perfect. lopsided ass sculpted cape. I don't know whose idea that was, but if you have him standing up straight, you're gonna notice that it's gonna make him tilt, like I said, to the left. Your right, my left. The leg joints. These fucking leg joints, they're horrible. They need to stop and go back to an old-fashioned ball socket joint. See, instead of having the bar go through the crotch, the middle of the crotch, like a T-bar, they have two separate ball sockets going up into his like pelvis on each side. They're not connected. They're not really at that much of an angle. So if you wanted to make the toy sit down, you have to first twist the top half of that swivel joint on his leg, then pose him, which is a pain in the ass. And that's probably my biggest complaint. You know, it sucks when you have a figure like this where everything else is done in such a nice, you know, stellar manner, and then you have something that stupid to kind of fuck it up. I like that he can hold his hammer with both hands. That's awesome. Because a lot of toys can't do that. I mean, there's SH Figure Arts that have issues holding something with both hands. And they're created to have the proper articulation, you know, to do anything a superhero can do, you know, pose-wise, or posability-wise. As far as posability goes with Thor, it's not really a problem. I mean, besides those leg joints, if you can get around the leg joints, it's a good figure. I mean, I think they should, being that they are going to be the company that is doing the whole Marvel Legends, they should take advantage of the original Marvel Legends figures and look at how ball socket joints work in the legs. I mean, they got it right in the arms. Why can't they just imitate it in the legs? This sucked on the 3 3/4 inch figures, and it sucks on the 6 to 8 inch figures. You shouldn't be doing that shit. It needs to be simple. Kids are going to play with this, and a lot of kids are going to break their legs not knowing how to, you know, not knowing how to, you know, position the legs. So I think Hasbro has a lot to learn. I mean, shit, they don't even do this on G.I. Joes. Why are they doing this on these figures? It's just stupid to me. They should be mimicking what they do with G.I. Joes, but larger. That would be perfect. That's just my opinion. I just hate them, but, you know, I like this figure. I mainly like the design, which kind of helps overshadow any of the flaws that are found in the figure. And I noticed that with a lot of the reviews, people like the character. They like the sculpt, you know, how well this sculpt captures the essence of the character. So they overlook flaws. They did the same thing with Cap, did the same thing with the Iron Man figures. And these figures are far from perfect, but right now, they're the best representation. By far, this is a better figure than the Marvel Select one. The Marvel Select one is too much of a staction figure in a sense, because he looks good standing up straight, but the joints don't work the way they should. It's poorly engineered. And you're paying, you know, what, $8 more? Because I think those figures are about $20 a pop. So, you know, I would stick with this one. It's definitely worth the money. I paid $14.99 for this. You're getting good paint. You're getting good sculpt, awesome likeness, and playability, which is something you don't get with Marvel Select. You know, I have the modern Thor, and I don't play with it because he's too stiff. So this one will get some play. You'll see me posing this a lot. He'll be in the background of other videos probably. It's a win-win. So I say run to your Walmart, get this figure. He's 100% worth it. I really hope that Hasbro starts changing those hip joints, because we need ball sockets. We can't do this shit with those weird screwed up leg joints, you know? I mean, it's doable, but come on, man. Every other company does it right. You guys need to follow suit. Even those ghetto figures you can get at the dollar store do it right. You can follow suit. If you're not going to do this, give us a T-joint and let us just call it a day, and we'll live with it, because that's better than this shit. So anyway, Hasbro's Thor the Mighty Avenger from the movie. Awesome sculpt, decent articulation except for those stupid hip joints. It's a win-win for the most part. Pick it up if you see it. I'm Strident. I will be back with another review. Check me out on my website. And I am out. I gotta go to sleep. Peace, people.